Hi, good morning, all of you. Welcome to the session. I'm Meena Verma, and let's start the session. We have learned about the modern business environment. So today we will be discussing about the supply chain of a company. As we have learned in last session that the market has shifted. The market has shifted to buyer's market. Earlier we had seller's market. So buyer's market is a market where buyers are in dominating position. Customers are in dominating position. So right now the market which we have, right, because entire world has become one market, right? So right now the market which we have is a buyer market or a customer market. So organization should be customer focus, not a product focus, right? So you should keep it in mind. I'm repeating this again and again for a reason. All right. So now we will be learning about the supply chain of a company. And before learning about the supply chain of a company, you must keep it in mind that now the market has shifted to what? It's a buyer market now, right? And we have to make an organization where the organization is customer centric, customer focused, not a product focus, right? Generally what we believe, we are product focused organization. We will produce the best product for the customer, right? And the customer will get the best product from us. So the aim is that, right? Earlier, right? Previously our aim was to focus on producing the best quality product. But now your focus has changed to what? Customer focus. You always wants to know the priority, preference, and taste of the customer, right? So accordingly, you are not just focusing on your product, right? You just don't want to give an innovative product to the customer, right? We are not just focusing on the product, right? We are not just focusing on providing the best unique product to the customer. Instead, we are also interested in providing the way we are selling the goods, right? You can see in entire value chain, we want to give value to the customer. Matlab, everything we want to do in different way, right? So you can see, since it is now not a product focus, customer focus, so we just want to keep these customer happy in all the way. Either to increase the delivery speed, either it is related to after sale services, right? Either it is related to the way we are marketing the product to the customer, right? Either the way we are manufacturing the goods for the customer. So the point is that now we are not just focusing on the end product. We're also focusing on entire value chain so that we can create value for the customer, so that we can make a product which are unique, which are different. And through unique and different product, we can give value to the customer. So you can see that our, focus has shifted from product to customer focus, right? All right. So now let's discuss that now in this market, we are focusing on customer. Customer is king. And we should keep the king happy always. If you want to survive in the market for a long time period, you must have to keep your customer happy all the time, right? Now, if you will see here, we have taken an example of a supply chain. All right. We have a supply chain. Now, the question comes here, ma'am, what is supply chain? What is supply chain, right? So before learning about the supply chain, let's remember something. Okay. So if you remember during COVID, okay, during COVID, I hope you all remember that the labor will start migrating from the big cities like Delhi and the places where we have a lot of factories. They have started migrating from one place to another place, right? And if you remember that time, government was focusing a lot to stop their migration. And they were also worried that this migration may interrupt the supply chain, right? Though it has not interrupted the supply chain for many reasons, because these days, communication is easy, transportation is easy. So because of all such reasons, supply chain was not broken. Otherwise, if we do not have good communications, right, good transportation facilities, then in such cases, there are chances that during the COVID, the supply chain can broken, right? So we had an example, actually, we had faced something in past because of which we are saying that this event such type of event can break the supply chain, right? Let me show you an example. Bengal famine. If you have heard about Bengal famine, so you will see that during Bengal famine, what happened? This was the time after Second World War, right? See, these images are very disturbing. So you can see most of the images have been blurred here, right? So you can see this is a scenario after Second World War. So our country had enough food resources, right? We had enough food resources in our country, but still after Second World War, you can see millions of people in Bengal, they died because of starvation, right? Great Bengal famine, you can see. So many of the people in West Bengal, they died of, why? Starving. Instead, in our country, we had enough food, right? We had enough food, still people were dying. What was the reason? Because after Second World War, what was the reason? Because after the Second World War, the supply chain of the country, India, was broken, right? Since the supply chain was broken, it was not possible for our government to, provide them food. So you can imagine how important it is to maintain the supply chain. Many people, they died in 1943, they died of starvation, right? So the point is that I hope you can understand that how the supply chain is important. And during the COVID, the government had the same fear. But actually, COVID has not impacted the supply chain for a reason, because if you will compare the scenario right now with the scenario of 60 years back, you will find that we had major changes, right? We have good technology now, and communication is so easy, transportation is so easy, it's so easy to travel, right? I can travel within a day, I can travel India, right? So the point is that transportation is so easy now, right? So for that reason, the supply chain was not broken during the COVID, but yes, we had faced some major, some major such kind of things in past. That was a lesson for us. So I hope you can understand that supply chain is so much important. Now the question comes here, every organization should manage, if they want to survive and succeed, if the organization wants to survive for a long time period and they want to succeed, they have to maintain the supply chain, right? So what is supply chain? Supply chain, actually, it started from buying the raw material from the supplier. So you can see here we have the supplier, and from here we are buying the raw material, right? Then we receive the raw material in warehouse. We store the raw material in warehouse. Then we use the raw material during the production whenever it is required. We use the raw material, right? And then what happened? We produce the final goods from the raw material, right? Then we distribute. We may have, so many distributors, and with the help of distributor, we distribute our final goods to entire country, right? Then it will reach to wholesaler first, then it will reach to retailer, then it will reach to the final customer, right? What is it? It is a supply chain of a company, right? This is a supply chain of a company. Now the question comes, okay, ma'am, if this is a supply chain, see, supply chain consists of all these things. Acha, theek hai, ma'am. If it is a supply chain, ma'am, what is supply chain management then, right? So managing the supply chain is supply chain management, right? When we manage the supply chain, right? Managing the supply chain is supply chain management, right? So we have to manage, when we want to manage the supply chain, we have then it will be known as supply chain management. Now, what is the meaning of management here, ma'am? Managing the supply chain. What is it, ma'am? Managing the supply chain. So see, point is that in our market, we have some demand of this final good, right? In the market, we have demand of these final goods, right? And obviously we fulfill the demand with our supply, right? Now see, if you will talk about Bengal famine, when the supply chain was broken after Second World War, we had demand in West Bengal. People had demand of food item in West Bengal, huge demand, but no supply, right? But supply, since the chain was broken, the way we can distribute the goods to the final customer, this entire supply chain was broken. For that reason, no supply. Enough demand, but no supply. Because of that reason, people were dying of hunger, right? But now, what is supply chain management? Whatever the demand we have from the customer, when we fulfill the demand with the supply, right? So supply chain management means managing the supply chain in such a way that demand is always, supply is always equal to demand, right? So whatever the demand you have in the market, you will provide that demand, you will fulfill that demand with the supply, right? That will be what supply chain management, when you fulfill this, right? So the aim of supply chain is what? To match the supply with demand, right? Where you want to match the supply with demand, right? And what will happen? You will provide the right product to the customer at right time. You will provide the right product, whatever the product the customer is demanding, you're providing the right product to the customer, right time, at right price, you will provide the product, at the right place, you will provide the product, right store, you will provide the product, right quality of product you will give them, and then you will give the product to the right customer. This is supply chain management, right? So what is supply chain management? Managing the supply chain in such a way that our supply should always be equal to demand, right? Supply should always be equal to demand, and you are giving the right product to the customer at right time, at right place, right quality, right quantity, right? And at right time, right place. So this is what supply chain management. If you will do this right, when the demand supply is equals to demand and you are providing all these things, right, it will give you the highest profitability. If you manage your supply chain in such a way, it will actually increase the profitability of the company. This actually increase the profit of the company. The company will be profitable, right? It actually increases the profit of the company and the company will be profitable. All right. If you have any doubt regarding supply chain management, please write in comment. If you have any doubt regarding supply chain management, please write in comment. Yes. Yeah, please write in comment if you have doubt. Okay. So vendors supply the raw material here. Okay. So who are in this, who are the people, those who are present here in the supply chain? You can see the vendor, the supplier who supply the raw material. We have the vendor here. Okay. And then we have the producer who convert the raw material into final goods. We have the warehouse here. We have the distributor here. We have this wholesaler here, and we have the retailer here. And then we finally sell the goods to the customer, right? So you can see this is a supply chain of a company, right? Let me show you. But it's a traditional supply chain. We will learn about the traditional supply chain and a modern supply chain. This is a traditional supply chain, right? That we buy the raw material, okay? We buy the raw material, and then we have what? The warehouse, we store the raw material in warehouse. Then we have, we use the raw material from the warehouse. We produce the goods, right? So in this way, we have a supply chain. Now, see, they are using a word here, traditional supply chain. So how is it different? Huh? Why are they using traditional supply chain? We will see. Okay, we will see that why they are using here the word traditional supply chain. Okay, later on, right? You will see that we have all these things. We will see. Just keep it in mind the question that why they are using the traditional supply chain here. All right. Okay. Now, if you will see, what do we have here? Difference between the supply chain and value chain. So a question may comes in your mind that, ma'am, what is the difference? What is supply chain and what is value chain? And what is the difference between them? Ma'am, what is the difference between a supply chain of a company and value chain of a company? Okay, let's try to understand it because it is important to understand. Huh? So because if you will see, ma'am, value chain also start in this way. The way you have written the supply chain now, value chain also started in the same way. See, ma'am, if we purchase the raw material from the supplier, right? We purchase the raw material from the supplier, which is known as inbound, ma'am. Okay. Then, ma'am, we convert this raw material. We convert this raw material into, ma'am, we convert it into final good, where this is known as process or production, right? Then outbound logistic, ma'am. In this process, ma'am, we do the distribution. Then, ma'am, marketing and advertisement. Then, ma'am, after sale services. So, ma'am, this is our value chain, that we buy the raw material from the supplier, we convert the raw material into final good, then we distribute it, then marketing and advertisement, then after sale services. This is the value chain. And ma'am, you have shown us the similar chain that, ma'am, we buy the raw material from the supplier. We buy the raw material from the supplier. We store it in warehouse. Then what happened? We use it during the production to convert the raw material into final good. All right. We do the production. Then what happened? Distribution process. Then what happened? Marketing and advertisement. Then after sale services. So, ma'am, if you will see, it looks same. Then please tell us the difference between the supply chain and value chain. Please tell us what is the difference between the supply chain of a company and value chain of a company. What is the difference? So if you will see, the difference is what? In case of value chain, our focus is creating value for the customer, right? Value chain is focus on creating value, right, for the customer. So in every step, we want to do something that create or add value for the customer. And whatever exceptional things, whatever exceptional activity you will do here, for which the customer will be happily willing to pay you the money, right? Because whatever the additional activity which you are doing here is value-added activity, and the customer is happily willing to pay you the money for that, is known as what? Value chain, right? This is known as value chain. Now the question comes here, then ma'am, what is supply chain? If this is value chain, ma'am, then what is supply chain? So in case of supply chain, there will be flow of information and material. So here we have focused on how the information is flowing and how the material is flowing, right? On one side, the information will flow, and on other side, the material will flow, right? So if you will see the supply chain, it focuses on the flow, how the information will flow, right? Information means the information from the customer, that how much demand is there by the customer. So how the information is flowing. And On the other hand, we will see, okay, if you get to know about the demand, then how you are supplying the material to the customer. So on one side, the information is flowing, and on other side, the material is flowing toward the customer. This is supply chain, right? So in case of value chain analysis, it focus on creating value of the value for the customer. That's it. Its entire focus is just to create value for the customer. While if you will see the supply chain, its entire focus in what? The flow of information and material. So this is the difference between the supply chain and value chain. All right. Now, let's learn about some component that we will study in case of supply chain, right? These are some of the components that we will study in case of supply chain. And this is known as what? Global supply chain forum, right? So why they are using the word global forum? Because now the entire world has become one market. And these days we are actually, our business is not limited to some small places. If you just compare the scenario, if I'll just compare the scenario of today versus 10 years back, right? So let me give you an example. So what is happening? Like today, if I'm selling some product, what are the options I have? If I want to sell today some product, and if I want to sell something 10 years back, right? What is the scenario? So 10 years back, if I want to sell something, I have to open a showroom, right? Or I have to open a shop in market. Now, if I'm opening a showroom or a shop in a market, this market is limited, right? It is limited to some place, right? And obviously the customers are also limited in this market, right? But if you will see today what is happening, if you want to sell some product, you can use Amazon. You can sell your product through Amazon. You can sell your product through Flipkart. You can sell your product through Snapdeal. So in this way, you have so many options to sell your product using these e-commerce websites, right? So now you can imagine that entire world has become one market. The entire world is one market now. And it is so easy to sell the product in this market using the net, using the internet facilities, right? Okay, so for that reason, you can see the entire world has become one market. So for that reason, they are using the word global supply chain. Why are they using word here global supply chain? Because now it is possible for you. Now your business is not located or situated in a very small place. And the business have expanded, no matter how small your business is, but it is possible for you to expand it globally, right? So for that reason, they are here discussing about global supply chain forum, right? So in case of global supply chain forum, we have to manage all these things. So first is what? Customer relationship management. Second is what? Supplier relationship management. All right. Then customer service management. Then demand management. Then order fulfillment. Ab dekho, if you will see all these points, they're actually focusing on relationship. And just remember one thing, either you talk about this chapter, chapter 2, or if you will talk about chapter 3, they are actually entirely focused on relationship. Is it that much important that they are focusing in supply chain? Actually, they're focusing on value chain, right? So is it that much important, sir? Creating or maintaining the relationship, is it that much important for us? Let's try to understand. Okay. So I have taken some famous quote. Okay. So first, a quote. Okay. You do not build a business, you build people. And then those people will help you to build the business, right? So actually, if you want to build your business and you want to grow the business, you want to develop good relationship with everyone. If you have a customer, build good relationship with the customer. If you have a supplier, build good relationship with the supplier, right? If you have the employees, build good relationship with the employees. So the point is that if you will have a good relationship with everyone, right, these people, these supplier, these customer, these employees will later on help you to grow your business, right? So for that reason it is written here, we don't build the business, right? We build the people, we make the relationship with everyone, we make good relationship with the employee, we make good relationship with the customer, we make good relationship with the supplier. So we are just focusing on building relationship, right? And this good relationship will help us to build our business, right? So we build relationship. It's all about how good your relationship with customer. It's all about how good your relationship is with supplier and employees, right? Don't build links. So if you have seen in supply chain, it is all linked to each other, but they are saying do not focus on building the links in the supply chain. Instead, focus on the relationship, right? Creating a relationship with a customer, supplier, employee, and other stakeholders. So one more quote, you don't build a business, you build a network, and the network builds the business. So you must have seen people are engaged in networking, like especially in our business, in our profession, you will see that all chartered accountant, we had sessions, we have many sessions, and we meet with each other, and we try to build network with each other, right? And this network will help to build the business or profession for them, right? So for that reason, it is written, you don't build the business, you build the network, you build the relationship with everyone. And these people and this network will help you to build your business. All right. Okay. Now what is mentioned, that these relationship is the real currency for the business. Actually, this is an asset. Your relationship with the customer is an asset for the company. Your relationship with the supplier is an asset for the company. So actually the relationship is the real currency for the company, right? It is the real currency for the business. So what is mentioned here, business is all about your relationship. How well you build the relationship with all the stakeholders, right? Because these relationship will help you to build the business. Now see what is written. Relationships last longer when nobody knows your business. Even if your business will end up, relationship will be there, like Kodak camera. Kodak camera these days doesn't exist, right? Kodak brand doesn't exist in the market, but still we have very close feeling with Kodak, right? We have spent our entire childhood with Kodak camera. So the point is that though the business may finish, the product may finish, but the relationship which the product have made with the customer, supplier, or the stakeholder will remain forever, right? So for that reason, it is written, relationship lasts longer when nobody knows your business. So even if the people do not know about your business, but the relationship will remain there, right? It will remain there. Don't build business for money. Build it for better relationship. And trust me, huge amount of money will come back to you as a byproduct. So again, see, they are emphasizing on building the relationship. They are saying just focus on building the relationship. If you will have a good relationship, those relationships will help you to grow your business itself, and money is a byproduct in such cases, right? Our relationship is heart-to-heart relationship, and our is a business of love, not a business of money or material. How beautiful. We build a business on relationship, and that's what matter to us. right? You can see why relationship building should be a business priority. So actually, making the relationship is a priority for the business now. If you believe businesses build on relationship, make building them your business. A brand is no longer what we tell to the customer. It is what customer tell each other, right? So a brand is created when you are giving something special, right? And you're creating special relationship. And because of this, because of that reason, the customer are talking to each other about your brand, right? So this is what relationship. This is how you build the brand. Right? The last, you don't close a sale, you open a relationship if you want to build a long-term successful enterprise. So you can see here how emphasized they have done. They have how much emphasizing they are on building the relationship. So you can see if you want to maintain the supply chain, because supply chain management. So if you want to manage the supply chain, you have to make good relationship with the customer. We have to make good relationship. Relationship is important, and we have to make good relationship with the customer, right? And you know what? Okay, so let's talk about it. How to make good relationship with the customer. All right. Okay. So if you will see, whenever you buy any product from a brand, when we buy a product from a brand, what happens? When we buy, for example, you just have visited a brand best site, right? Or pantaloons, or any brand, right? If you visit any such brand, what happens when you purchase something, right? At the billing counter, what happened at the billing counter? They will ask you some question. Sir, what is your phone number? Right? Phone number. Generally, for example, Reliance, if you want to, you have purchased your own house stuff from Reliance, right? At the billing counter, they will ask your phone number and they will ask your name. Sometimes we do not like sharing our phone numbers. So sometimes we give them wrong numbers because we don't like sharing our number, right? Because we do not want any unwanted calls or spamming in our phone. All right. So sometimes we give wrong number, but yes. So to get a right number from the customer, these company, they give them offers. Okay. Because obviously we do not like to share our number. So for that reason, even these company, they know that the customer do not want to share their personal data. So for that reason, company or these brand, they give offers to the customer. Sir, if you will buy, if in a month you will buy 5,000 amount of product, we will give you 20% discount. Or in a month, if you will buy a product of 5,000, we will give you 10% discount. If you will buy a product of 20,000, we will give you 30% discount. Right? You must have observed all these things. I have seen, right? So if you will see, what is it? Why are they offering the discount to the customer? They're offering these discount to the customer just to get the right number from the customer, right? Just to get the right detail of the customer. So now the point is that these phone number of the customer, their name and phone number, sometimes we ask them their date of birth also, date of birth, or sometimes we ask them to give their anniversary dates, right? Like marriage anniversary dates. So we ask them to provide all these information. Why? For a reason, because this is actually, this all customer data is actually an asset for the company. This is actually an asset. This is actually an asset for the company, and we called it as intangible assets, right? This is an intangible asset for the company. Why, ma'am? Customer data, मतलब customer की phone number and customer का name. Is it that much important that you are calling it as intangible assets? Yes, it is that much important. So you can see why it is important, because if you have a customer data, that data will help you to make relationship with the customer. We have just discussed that it is so important to build good relationship with the customer. So if you have the data of the customer, that data will help you to make relationship with the customer, right? So for example, if there is a birthday of any customer, you will wish them, sir, happy birthday. Sir, we have a discount. Since this is your birthday month, we will offer you 30% discount on all our product. So what is it? Now customer will feel very special. Oh, this brand is very good. They wished me my birthday and they're offering me discount also. So you are just trying to make them feel special, right? When the customer will feel special, he will talk about your brand to other. Do you know that brand is very good? They offered me discount on my birthday. So what is happening? Actually, the customer will start talking about your brand, right? So we have just learned brand is nothing about what you speak, what a company speak about themselves. Brand is not that. Brand is what your customer is talking about your brand to each other. What customer is talking to each other is the actual brand, right? So for that reason, you can imagine how important it is to give them good product, keep their data, wish them their birthday, wish them their anniversary, offer them discount on their birthday or anniversary, and in this way try to make good relationship with the customer. All right. So you can see this will all come under customer relationship management. We will maintain the customer data. Customer data is what? Intangible asset for us. Then we will use this customer data, their phone number, their email address to communicate with them, to tell them, sir, happy birthday. Sir, happy anniversary. Sir, happy this day. Sir, happy Valentine Day. Happy Diwali. Sir, happy Holi. Wish them and give them discount. Sir, this is Diwali month. We are offering 30% discount. Holi, we are offering 10% discount. It's a birthday. We are offering 40% discount. So in this way, I mean, you are communicating the information with the customer. How you are communicating? Because you have the data of the customer. All right. For that reason, we are saying customer data, their phone number and name is intangible assets for the company. All right. Okay. Then what will happen? Personal relationship. You will make personal relationship with the customer by calling them, by mailing them, by messaging them. But sometimes as a customer, we don't like what spamming, unnecessary spamming we don't like. But yes, when you have a favorite brand, then you always want to know their updations, right? So that depends, right? All right. So, and what else they are discussing here? Customer care, right? If you want to maintain a good relationship with the customer, you have to care for your customer, right? Care for your customer means if the customer have any complaint about your product, about your services, about the way you have delivered the product, or about the return of the product, if the customer have any problem, any complaint, just resolve it immediately. All right. If the customer have any complaint, resolve it immediately. So this all will come under customer relationship. Right? So you can see how important it is to make customer relationship. This all will come under customer relationship. First, we have discussed the importance of relationship. Now you can see all these things will come under customer relationship. Now let's discuss. Now let's discuss about supplier relationship management. So let's discuss about supplier relationship management. Now see how beautiful it is. They are not saying that it is not, they are saying that it is not just enough to make it is mentioned here that it is not just enough to make good relationship with the customer. It is not enough, right? That you are just focusing on building good relationship with the customer. No, you will see, right? They are also focusing on making good relationship with supplier, right? Here they are focusing on making a relationship with the supplier also. Why, ma'am? So you will learn it later on. I'll teach you later on that actually suppliers are equally important for us. Like customer is important. Similarly, making good relationship with the supplier is also important for a reason. I'll teach you later on. We will study. Or let's go back. Let's come here at this point. Then we will do it together. So if you will see, actually the supply chain has changed now, right? And if you want to maintain a new supply chain, you have to make good relationship with everyone. Either it is customer or it is supplier. We have to maintain good relationship with all, right? Okay, so let's talk about this also first. Then we will go back there also. We will learn all these management, right? It is important to understand. So if you will see here, we have two types of supply chain. All right. We have two types of supply chain. One is push supply chain and another one is pull supply chain. What is the difference, ma'am? What is push supply chain and what is pull supply chain? So just remember, push supply chain is a traditional supply chain. This is actually a traditional. Right? Or this is actually an old way of supply chain. It's a traditional supply chain or old, traditional, right? Supply chain. What is pull supply chain? So this is actually modern, new supply chain which we follow. In buyer market, you know buyer market where buyer is in dominating position. This was the supply chain in supplier market. Seller market. So push supply chain was present in seller market and pull supply chain is present in buyer market, right? What is it, ma'am? What is the difference? So you can see in case of push supply chain, it is mentioned that we anticipate the demand and here it is based on actual demand. Let's try to understand. All right. Now see, we just have in front of us a push supply chain, right? What is it, ma'am? Push supply chain. And how is it different from pull supply chain? So what happened? Just try to understand. In this supply chain, first what happened? We produce the goods. We are not focused on customer because we have learned now push supply chain means it is a seller market. So we have learned seller market means where seller is dominating position. Buyer is not in dominating position. Seller is in dominating position. So when the seller is in dominating position, what will happen? Whatever he wants, he can do in the market. He is actually dominating the market. Okay. So what will happen? He is only product focused. Right? He is product focused. He is just focusing on producing the goods. Right? So what happened here? Seller supply is here. This company will buy the raw material from the supplier. They will buy the raw material from the supplier. they will produce the final good, right? And then they will sell it through distributor, wholesaler, and retailer to the customer. And customer will get the product. Now here we are actually focusing on the production of the goods. How will you produce the goods? By anticipating the demand. You don't know the exact demand here. In this market, you do not know what is the exact demand of your product in the market. You have no idea about the exact demand. We have no idea about the exact demand in the market. We will anticipate the demand. Okay? We do not know the actual demand. We just anticipate the demand. And on the basis of anticipation of the demand, we will produce the goods. All right. On the basis of anticipation, we will do the production. So what will happen? Since you do not know the exact demand, you will just producing the goods. You're just focusing on production. Okay, let's assume that we will sell 1 lakh units. On the basis of that, let's produce 1 lakh units. But actually what can happen? In the market, this actual demand may change, right? Actual demand. So you have anticipated that you will sell 1 lakh units. This was your anticipation, but you end up, your actual demand in the market may result in 1,20,000 or it may result in 75,000. Depend, है ना? मतलब your anticipation may be more than the actual demand or it may be the less than actual demand. So what will happen? Either you will produce more than the actual demand or you will produce less than the actual demand. Say yes or no. है ना? So in this case, either it will result in overproduction, either this will result in overproduction, or this will result in underproduction. Overproduction means either you will produce the goods more than the demand, or you will produce the goods less than the demand. So either there will be overproduction of the goods or underproduction of the goods. All right. We can have these scenarios. I hope you understand all these things, right? So this is what? This is push supply chain. All right. This is push supply chain. How is it different from pull supply chain, ma'am? If this is push supply chain, how this push supply chain is different from pull supply chain? So let's discuss. What happened here in this case? We will see what is the actual demand, right? Since this is what? Actually, this is actually a customer-centric market, right? This is actually a customer-centric market. So it is not a product-centric market. It is customer-centric market. Okay, we assume customer is king, and whatever the king is desiring, we will fulfill it. So for that reason, it's a customer-centric demand, it's a customer-centric market. Also, you can say it's a buyer market. So buyer market means where buyer is in dominating position. For that reason, you will consider the buyer as a king, right? And you want to produce the goods, whatever the customer is demanding. Sab kuch, whatever the customer is demanding, you have to fulfill, right? So customer is king here, customer-centric market. So for that reason, you will first consider the actual demand of the customer in the market. What actually the customer is demanding, you will see. You will first see what is the actual demand. What is actually the customer is demanding, right? Accordingly, based on the actual demand of the customer, accordingly, you will produce the goods here. Accordingly, you will buy the raw material from the supplier to produce the goods. So point is that if you will see, this is actually pull processing system. And in case of pull processing system, Your production will be equal to demand. Say yes or no. There will be no overproduction. You are not producing unnecessary excess quantity. There is no overproduction. You are buying the raw material only to the quantity which is required for the production. So there is no unnecessary storage of raw material in warehouse. You are not at all unnecessary storing the raw material in warehouse. You are buying the raw material as per the demand, right? You are producing the goods as per demand. So the point is that in this case, this is full processing method where you will have no overproduction, where you will have no storage, no unnecessary storage of inventory in the warehouse. So now you can imagine, actually, this is what happened, full processing system. This happened in just-in-time system, actually. If you will see in chapter 3, we will be learning about just-in-time system. What is just-in-time system? Produce the goods when there is demand. Otherwise, don't do the production. Buy the raw material when there is production. Otherwise, do not buy the raw material. This is full processing system. So you can see in next chapter, we will study about just-in-time, right? So, which is also known as Toyota production system. So what is it? Just-in-time system or Toyota production system is focused on producing the goods when there is demand. Otherwise, if there is no demand, do not produce the goods. All right. This is full processing method. All right. Okay. I hope it is clear, right? So benefit of full processing system. Let's understand, because this is the modern technique, right? We use it in just-in-time system, your entire lean management system, and your entire everything is based on full processing method. So let's try to understand this modern system. Benefit of this modern system. What are the benefit of full processing system? If we have full supply chain, so if we have full supply chain, what is its benefit? Right? So first benefit, that supply is always equal to demand, right? So neither you are supplying extra units, right? So there is or you can say production is equal to demand. You are producing and supplying that much quantity for which we have demand in the market. So for that reason, what will happen? In this case, no overproduction. There is no overproduction. You are just producing the goods as much as there is requirement in the market, right? Okay, the second point is what? Second point is that you will buy the raw material for the production. So the point is that there is no unnecessary purchase of raw material. So you are only buying limited raw material as much as there is requirement for the production. So there is no need to store the inventory. Right? There is no need to store the raw material. So this is what happened. This is actually the benefit of supply chain you will study. And later on, you will study it in chapter 3 that overproduction is actually a non-value added activity, right? We have learned this in value chain analysis, that we try to find out all the non-value added activity, and we always wants to remove them from the organization because they are deadly waste in the company. And you can see here, no overproduction. Actually, overproduction is a non-value added activity. If there is no overproduction, that means you are avoiding this non-value added activity completely from the organization, right? So company is enjoying it, right? Right? You're avoiding it completely from the organization. right? You are avoiding it completely from the organization. No non-value added activity by avoiding the overproduction, right? No need to store the raw material. You know, storage of raw material, inventory storage is also a non-value added activity. Waste. You will learn 7 deadly waste in chapter 3rd, next chapter. In next chapter, we will see the non-value added activity or 7 deadly waste. And you can see these two are the waste in the organization. Unnecessary storage of raw material or unnecessary production or overproduction is actually non-value added activity in the company. And we are avoiding it by full supply chain. All right, so these are the benefit, and you can see these are the benefits of full supply chain. All right, these are the benefits. So it is given here because customer is king and we have to keep them happy. For that reason, you can see the market has shifted from push supply chain to pull supply chain, right? Because the customer is king, so the market have shifted from pull supply chain to push supply chain to pull supply chain, right? So market has shifted from push supply chain to pull supply chain, right? Push means where your production, where you can have production more than demand or production less than demand. All right, but in pull processing system, production is always equal to demand. Okay. So in case of pull processing system, here what can happen? Overproduction can happen or underproduction, right? And you are unnecessary storage of inventory, store inventory in warehouse. These both are non-value added activity. And we want to avoid them in the company, right? We always want to avoid them in the company. Both of them are non-value added activity. All right, push processing system and pull processing system. I hope it is completely clear to all of you. If you have any doubt, please ask me your doubt. If you have any doubt, ask your question. And I hope it is clear. All right, okay. Let's come back to the topic which we were discussing. So here we have discussed that we have to maintain good relationship with the customer, right? Customer is king and we have to keep them happy always, right? And we have to make good relationship with them. All right. Next, we have learned it is not just enough to make good relationship with the customer. Dekho, why are we making good relationship, right? Because we want to increase the customer loyalty, customer acquisition, right? And you can know the exact demand of the customer. If you know that the customer is very loyal, if he has demanded, he will definitely buy the material from you. Okay? So you will get the exact demand from the customer. All right. Now let's try to understand supply chain management. Supply chain management. So when you have the entire pull processing supply chain, what will happen in case of pull processing supply chain? We have just learned in pull processing, we do not anticipate the demand, we know the actual demand. In pull supply chain, we know the actual demand. Accordingly, we have to do accurate production. Whatever the demand here, like for example, 10,000 unit is the demand here. So you have to produce 10,000 units. And immediately you have to buy the raw material from the supplier. Immediately. because it is full processing. So it's not like that you have purchased the raw material in bulk and you are storing them in warehouse and whenever it is required you are using it. No, actually it is working on just in time system. When there is production, then only you will buy the raw material. Otherwise, unnecessary, you will not buy the raw material. Unnecessary, you will not keep them in warehouse. You will just buy the raw material when there is production, and you will do the production when there is demand. This is full process. This is full supply chain, right? We will produce the goods only when there is demand, and we will buy the raw material only when there is production. Ab dekho, we are buying the raw material only when there is production. So what will happen in case of full processing system? What will happen? You have to make good relationship here. Good relationship. Why good relationship? Because it is possible कि आप आधी रात को call कर रहे हो supplier को, right? You can call the supplier any time to supply the raw material. You can call the supplier any time to supply the raw material, right? So there is no fixed time, right? And what do you expect? Whenever you are demanding the raw material, the supplier will supply you the exact quantity, the right quantity and right quality. See, this generally happen. I'll give you the example. I have seen many examples of such businesses. So generally what happened, for example, you're buying the raw material in bulk quantity in a truck. Right? So this is a truck and you're buying the raw material in bulk quantity. What will happen? Generally, for example, the supplier is loading the raw material in cartons. Okay. What happens generally? They will put the bad quality raw material here, and then they will put the good quality raw material over here. Okay. This is good quality raw material. Okay. Why? So that if someone will do the inspection, when the buyer here, this buyer will do the inspection, he will obviously open the carton to inspect the goods, open the carton, right? He will see, oh, upar se everything is good. But actually under say, the supplier have put bad quality product. This is possible, right? When you're buying the raw material in bulk quantity and you're buying the raw material from different supplier, right? And you do not know who is, you do not have any relationship with the supplier, right? An unknown supplier, a new supplier, you purchase the goods from him. And this is possible in this way, right? He can betray your trust, right? So the point is that here he put the bad quality and upper he put the good quality product and he supplied the material to you. So in this possible, it will result, this bad quality may result in losses for you, right? Similarly, what else the supplier can do with your business, right? What else is possible? This is possible that in this carton, you ask him to supply, for example, in this one carton, 100 kg of material will be present. 100 kg of raw material will be present. So what he will do, upar say he will put your raw material, under say somewhere he will put some stone or something so that the weight will increase, but actually the raw material is not present. So in this way, it is possible that the supplier will try to, give you the wrong quantity of the product, wrong quality of the product, right? Wrong quantity and wrong quality of the product. ठीक है, supplier धोखा देगा आपको. ठीक है, it is possible. In business, it is possible. So, how to deal with such situation? Now the point is that when we have regular business, we purchase the raw material from specific supplier, and we know that he is my bhai, right? He is my bhai and he is my bro code, right? Bro code. So he knows ki ye wala, he will not give me wrong quantity or wrong quality. He will always give me the exact right quality product. Or you can do one thing, you will just buy the raw material from one supplier. Do not buy the raw material from different supplier. As we have studied in last session, when we buy the raw material from one supplier, what happened? It helps us to avoid the variation in the raw material and build relationship with them. So bro code. है ना? So the point is that give him the money on right time and make good relationship with him. And what will happen when you have the relationship, obviously सामने वाला धोखा नहीं देगा, ठीक है? So when you have good relationship, that person will always give you the right product, right quality, right quantity. And because the business is long term, right? It is not just one sale, right? So you will have this continuous sale with the supplier, right? So in this way, you can imagine how important it is to make good relationship with the supplier. If you have a good relationship with the supplier, you will get the right quality of raw material, right quantity of raw material at the right time, right? So you will learn it. We will discuss this in just-in-time system also, that it is very important to build good relationship with the supplier if you want to make your just-in-time system successful. If you want to make it successful, it is important. All right. Now the next point is customer service management. So before this, we have discussed about the customer relationship, right? Here we have discussed about maintaining the good relationship with the customer, right? Relationship, and how you can make the relationship: wishing the birthday, wishing the anniversary. Oh, happy birthday, sir, happy anniversary, this is a discount for you, we are offering some special discount for you. So in this way, you're making a relationship. Now service management, okay? Now service management means providing the best services to the customer, है ना? Customer service management is the place where we provide the best services. Right? Best services to the customer. So you can see that nowadays organization, they are not just focusing on the product, that they just want to give the best product. No, they are actually focused on improving their entire supply chain to give the customer best services, right? So supply chain, matlab you will produce the best product, not just the best product, you will produce the best product, then you will distribute it in the best possible way, then you will market it in best possible way, right? Then after sales services are also the best. I'll give you the example. For that reason, I'm considering it. So if you will see distribution, for distribution, let me take an example of Domino's company. We have discussed this. Domino's 30-minute nahi to free. And actually you will believe that they give you your product even before 30 minutes. Okay? Their distribution is so good, Domino's ka, right? So you are giving the best service to the customer by providing, speed delivery, by improving the speed of delivery, by improving your distribution network, right? So best service or marketing. So dairy milk is the best example of marketing. Dairy milk chocolates. After sale services like Amazon. Okay. When you don't like any product, you can return it without any, without any reason. So after sales services, so much important, right? After sales services, so much important. All right. And production. So you can see we have discussed about Coca-Cola company, and we have discussed about their syrup is unique. No one knows that how they prepare the syrup. And we have discussed about the Maggi company, their masala is unique. No one knows how they prepare the Maggi masala. So the point is that in this way, the company is trying to provide the best services to the customer. Best service ka matlab, just don't focus on what product you are selling to the customer. Focus on how you are providing the services. Right? So your services should be good. The way you are delivering the product, like the speed of delivery should be good. Durability should be there, right? After sales service should be good. Return policy should be good. Refund of the money should be good, right? The way you are marketing the product should be good. The way you are producing the goods should be good. I mean, you can see customer service management is such a wide term, right? It's not a narrow term. So we include all these things in customer service management to provide the best service to the customer. All right. Okay. Next. So next is what? Demand management. So as we have just discussed that now we have full supply chain. We have just discussed that we have full supply chain. So full supply chain means our focus is on customer. And we will first see the customer demand. First, we will see what is the customer demand. Okay. Our focus is on customer. We will first see what is the customer demand, right? And accordingly, we will produce the goods. And accordingly, we will buy the raw material. Now, the point is that you can imagine how important it is to manage this customer demand, right? And so for that reason, these days, for managing all these things, we use excellent software, ERP. I gave you this example of Domino's company also. So demand management, demand comes from the customer, right? So you can compare the scenario 10 years back, 8 years back, and now. If you want to order pizza in Domino's, what will happen? 8 years back, we called to Domino's, right? Hello, we need a pizza, right? And you will tell them their menu, topping, whatever is your demand, right? You will call and you will then, and even customer service center will connect you to your local area. Then you can, order your product. So in this way, you demand the products. This was the old system, but now what happened? You don't need to do all these things. Simple. Just take your soft application, Domino's application, right? Select the menus, select the toppings, select everything. Click on order, right? What will happen? You will get your order. Okay. Then what will happen? It will be processed immediately. They will receive the order immediately. They will start processing it within 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes. Within just few minutes, you will get your order just outside your gate. Point is that, can you imagine if they have speed up their entire process of production and supplying the goods to you on time? If they have done all these things, you can imagine they need excellent ERP management, right? They need excellent technology now. They need excellent software. So their application is excellent. The way they have integrated their entire business, supplier, those who are supplying the raw material, customer, and delivery boy, GPRS system. When they supply the raw material to you, you can easily track where this person is moving. GPRS system, you can see it is also integrated. It is so all well integrated. So it will come under demand management. How beautifully you are managing the demand of the customer, right? In this supply chain management. Order fulfillment, that how you are fulfilling the order of the customer in this entire supply chain management. So you can see this is the diagram we have here, right? First, we receive the order from the customer. These days, it is all through applications. We receive the order from the customer. Then accordingly, immediately, we will see what raw material is required. We sort the raw material. We bring the raw material in the production floor. Immediately, we will produce the goods for the customer. Immediately, then we will pack it. Immediately, we will inform the delivery boy that please take this product. Then delivery boy will be appointed. You will get the phone number, detail of delivery, and then delivery will happen. And even through delivery, you can track the delivery boy through GPRS system, and then you will get your product in your house. So the point is that order fulfillment. In this entire supply chain management, how we fulfill the order of the customer. In this way, we fulfill the order of the customer. All right. Okay. I hope it is all clear. If you people have any doubt, please share your doubts if you have doubts. Okay. If you people have doubt, please, you can ask your doubts. Yes. Please ask your doubt if you have doubts. Yes, please ask your doubt. Okay. Now the next point here in supply chain is manufacturing flow management. So we have discussed this. Flow management means what? Flow management means what here, ma'am? So the point is that if you will see the entire supply chain of the company, there is actually two types of flow. One is what type of flow? Flow of information. One is flow of information and the other one is flow of material. Right? On one side, the information will flow and on other side, the material will flow, right? So they have taken an example. I'll give you my own example. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I'll be giving you my own example. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so for example, the company have the raw material supplier here. Company have raw material supplier here. You will receive it in warehouse, use it in production. Then you will produce the final good. Distributor, you need a distributor here. Distributor will transfer the goods to wholesaler. Wholesaler will transfer the goods to retailer. And then it will be transferred to the customer. Now the point is that if you will see, this is a supply chain of the company. And in this supply chain, information will first flow. You will first get the demand from the customer. Customer will demand the retailer, I need this product. The retailer will demand the wholesaler, my customer need this product. Wholesaler will inform the distributor, this is the demand of the customer. Distributor will inform the producer that this is the demand of the customer. Producer will inform the warehouse that, see, we need this raw material for fulfilling the demand of the customer. The storekeeper in warehouse will inform the supplier, we need this raw material to fulfill the demand of the customer. So in this way, you can see on one side, the information is flowing, right? In this way, the information is flowing. Information of what? Information of demand of the customer, what actually the customer is demanding, right? That information is flowing on one side, right? Accordingly, what will happen once we receive the demand from the customer, information of demand of the customer, accordingly we will buy the raw material here. So we will receive the raw material in the warehouse. Accordingly, the storekeeper will issue the material from warehouse to the production. Accordingly, we will produce the goods, send it to the distributor. Then distributor will send it to the customer. Distributor will send it to the wholesaler. Wholesaler will transfer it to the retailer, and then it will reach to customer. So there is flow. What type of flow? On one side, there is flow of information. And on other side, there is flow of material, right? So here we have discussed flow management, right? Manufacturing flow management. So during the manufacturing, there are two types of flow. One is information flow. On one side, the information will flow, information of the demand of the customer. And on other side, the material will flow to fulfill the demand of the customer, right? So flow management will come here. Okay. After that, what do we have? After that, we have product development and commercialization. Now, in this case, what happened when you are developing the product, you should consider customer in your mind, है ना? ठीक है? ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ भी बना के sell कर दिया. No, we will not produce whatever we want to produce, right? We will first actually see, because customer is king now. Customer is king. So what we have to check first, the requirement of the customer. First, you will see what is the need of the customer. What is the requirement of the customer? Accordingly, we will develop our product. Accordingly, you should develop your product, right? So this will come under product development. Okay. Now for a good supply chain management, this is the most important point. What is it? Return management, right? For a good supply chain, this is the most important point. What is it? Return management. So if you will see these days, Amazon is world's #1 company actually. Amazon, if you will see in India, Flipkart, if you are a girl, you must know about Myntra, right? You must know about Ajio. These are all what? E-commerce website through which we buy the product. You know why these e-commerce? These e-commerce websites are so successful nowadays. Let me tell you about myself. After COVID, I rarely visited any mall for shopping. Rarely, very rare. Maybe I don't have enough time, very busy schedule. So I do all my shopping. Either I want to buy clothes for myself or whatever I want to purchase for myself. I do everything through online platform because it saves my time. All right. And give me more options. If you want to buy something through online, you get more options, right? Instead, if you will go in store, you will not get so much options as much as you can get from the internet platform, right? Through these e-commerce website, you can get more options. And it is easy for you to compare the product. It is easy for you to compare their prices. And then you can see the feedback of the customer also. And accordingly, it is possible for us, and we can take the best deal for the product, feedback of the customer. And accordingly, it is possible to buy the product through online platform, e-commerce website, which is actually not possible when you are visiting the malls to buy the product. When you are visiting the malls, what happened? You don't know the customer feedback about the product. You don't have option to compare the products, and you have the less options also, right? So the point is that for that reason, these e-commerce websites are so famous. And one of the most important reason about the one of the most important reason why this e-commerce websites are famous is that their return policy. So their return policy is excellent. How? For example, you have purchased the product from a showroom and you don't like the product. It is possible to exchange the product, but return is not possible. You know, when you're buying a product from a shop, when you're buying a product from anywhere, a mall or showroom, you have option to exchange it. You have the bill, just exchange it with other product, but you do not have option to return it. Matlab, give it and get your money back is not an option for you. But when you're buying the product online platform, right, what do you have? You have the option of return, easily return. These companies, Amazon was successful, and actually Flipkart, Myntra, Ajio, they all copied the business model of Amazon. Actually, it is just a copied model of Amazon. Amazon is world's number one company, and this company is famous just because of one reason. It is not because they are providing you the product at your convenience. This is not the only reason. It is successful just because they have excellent return policy. If you don't like the product, just return it immediately. You will get the money back, refund, without any question, right? They will not ask you any question, why are you returning the product, right? So for that reason, you can imagine how important it is for the organization to manage this, right? Return management is so important for the organization, right? So I hope you can understand how important for the company to manage this, right? Return management is so important for the company. All right. So these are the points you can see for managing the supply chain. These are the most important point which we must have to consider in our mind, right? And we have also discussed the difference between the push supply chain, and we have discussed about the pull supply chain, and we have also discussed this, that you will see that later on you will find that pull supply chain is the most important supply chain, and we are using these days pull supply chain everywhere, right? And for that we just need good software like ERP and good technology, we need it, right? But if you will see in entire lean production system, they are using pull supply chain. All right, okay. Now we have other topics like upstream and downstream supply chain and many other topics. But before that, let's take a break. Let's take a break. So hi, welcome back. So let's start the session. So we have learned about the supply chain management. We have learned about various management techniques. Now we have some question. So let's take some questions. Like Janvi is asking, ma'am, full supply chain and just-in-time production are similar or what? All right. So she asked me this question. So if you will see, Janvi, in case of just-in-time system, this just-in-time system was developed by Toyota company. Okay? It was first developed in Toyota company. For that reason, just-in-time is also known as Toyota production system. So if you will read it in next chapter, we will learn about just-in-time system. All right. So for the implementation of just-in-time system, just-in-time means produce when there is requirement. Buy the raw material when there is requirement. So that means do not do any overproduction. Do not buy the raw material unnecessary. When the customer is demanding, fulfill that demand. That's it. So this is what? This is just-in-time system. If you will see, actually it is matching of full processing system. If you will see here in supply chain, what we consider, first we see the demand of the customer. Accordingly, we produce the goods. Accordingly, we buy the raw material. So if you will see, it is in just-in-time system, they have completely adopted the full supply chain, right? So it is, you can't say it's similar. They have just adopted everything in just-in-time system from supply chain. They have adopted everything in just-in-time system from supply chain. They have adopted the same model. All right. Okay. So next question, Kaushik. Sidhwani Kaushik is asking, why will customer wait in pull market? Customer will lean toward competitor to meet its demand immediately. Okay. Your question is not that much clear, but let me try to answer you, Kaushik, Sidhwani Kaushik. Point is that we do not see what competitors are doing here. Okay. We have actually, the organization have two opinions here. Either they will produce the goods, then they will find the buyer, and then they will sell the goods, right? This is first opinion, which is not good because you don't know the exact demand. It will result in overproduction. It will result in non-valuated activity or waste in the company. Not a good way of producing the goods. And second is what? See what is the demand of the customer. First, see what is the customer. Who are the customer? What's their demand? What's their expectation? What they're expecting from the company? What they are expecting from the product or services? First, see the customer. Accordingly, develop your product. Accordingly, supply the product to them. All right. We never see what competitor is doing here. Even if you will see in chapter 3, chapter 4, everywhere, we are just focusing in our organization. We're just focusing on improving our organization. We are not watching what other people are doing. All right. So don't talk about the competitor. We will never talk about what competitors are doing. Because if you will see, if someone is number one, obviously he will not see what other people are doing, right? He will just focus on improving himself, right? So the point is that if any organization is number one, obviously that organization will not see what other competitors are doing. They're least bother. They're just bothering on, they are just focusing on themselves. They are just focusing on improving their own organization. That's it. So no competitor. We do not see the competitors at all. We do not see what competitors are doing. You will see 1, 2, 3, all chapters. They are just focusing inside the organization, how to improve the organization. That's it. All right. Okay. So Janvi is asking one more question. Customized product. Janvi. So she is asking that full manufacturing is used in customized product only. No. So the point is that, Janvi, it is not just for the customized product. We use full processing system everywhere when we are producing the goods. You will see we use it in production or manufacturing. We do not use it in services. But yes, it is not just limited to customized product. All right. We are not we are not focusing here on the customized product. We are focusing on demand. We will see what customer is demanding, but we are not just focusing on customized demand. It can be any type of demand, right? He can have a bulk demand, or only 1-2 demand, that depends. But the point is that we are just watching the customer and their demand. We are not focusing here that we are supplying the customized product. It can be any product, right? It can be any product. Yes, we are just focusing on production, by the way. All right. Next question, ma'am. If supply chain management is customer based, then what is customer relationship management, and the difference between supply chain management and customer relationship management? Sriram, we have discussed this, right? So your question was around 7 o'clock. Now, after 1 hour session, I hope it is completely clear to you that customer relationship management is different. Supply chain management is different. In entire supply chain management, one of the part is customer relationship management, right? In entire supply chain management, we will manage the customer, we will manage the supplier, we will manage the demand, we will manage the product, we will manage everything. So actually, if you will see, customer relationship management is a part of entire supply chain management. All right. Clear? If you have any doubt, please, you can ask me your doubts. I will answer. All right. Okay, let's continue now. If you have any other doubt, please write your doubt in comment. I will answer. Okay, I will definitely answer. All right. So let's continue. So next is what here now we are focusing on what? Now we are focusing on upstream and downstream flow. All right. So before this, we have discussed about the flow. What is flow here? In entire supply chain, we have 2 types of flows. We have already discussed those 2 types of flows. In entire supply chain, we have 2 types of flows, and we have already discussed those 2 types of flows. What are those flow? Flow of what? Either the information will flow in the supply chain, or the material will flow. On one side, the information will flow from the customer, and on other side, the material will flow. We will buy the raw material, produce the final goods, supply the final goods. So on one side, the flow of information, and on other side, the flow of material. All right. So if you will see here, we have what? Upstream flow and downstream flow. What is it? So when you are buying the raw material from the supplier, okay, supplier, and you are buying the raw material, you are keeping them warehouse for the production. This is known as upstream. All right. Downstream means when you are supplying the final goods, right? When you are supplying the final goods to the final customer or consumer, it is downstream. So you have the upstream and you have the downstream here. Okay. So a relationship with the supplier will come here under upstream, and the relationship with the customer will come here under downstream. And what happened here, we receive, and how the information is flowing here. Quickly, let's revise it quickly. So what will happen? Customer will create the demand. Okay. It will reach to distributor, it will reach to manufacturer. Demand, information of demand is reaching. Accordingly, we buy the raw material from the supplier. So here information is flowing, right? Information is flowing. And according to the information, according to demand, we will supply the raw material for the manufacturing. We will get the final goods. Then it will reach to distributor, it will reach to customer. So accordingly, you can see there is flow of information and there is flow of material. And if you will see here, this relationship with the supplier will be considered as upstream, and this relationship with the customer is considered as downstream. So in supply chain, we can have upstream and we can have downstream, right? You can see. All right. So upstream is supplier and downstream is customer related. All right. Okay. So you can see here also it is mentioned that there are 2 types of flows, material flow and information flow, right? So on one side, the First, the information will flow, order from the customer. Accordingly, what will happen? The material will flow in the organization. All right. Okay, next topic. Next is related to what? Management of upstream. Next is what? Management of upstream. So we have just discussed upstream of supply chain is what? A relationship with the supplier. So supplier is coming here and you are studying how you will manage the supplier here. You know? How you will manage the supplier. So you can see first point is relationship with the supplier. We have discussed. If you want to make your supply chain management successful, the supply chain management is successful when you will have good relationship. And this relationship should be good with everyone, with the customer, it should be good with the supplier, and it should be good with the employee also. So you can see here to make the supply chain successful, they're focusing on relationship. So here, since it is upstream supply chain management, they're focusing on maintaining good relationship with the supplier. All right. Then is use of information technology, because see, in case if you want to implement pull processing system, right? Pull means immediately you have to do everything. You will receive the demand, immediately you have to produce the goods. And for that, you need raw material immediately, right? So you will buy the raw material immediately. So you can imagine how fast your process should be, right? Immediately, everything should happen. If you want to do everything immediately, you need what? IT. You need computer, software, internet, right? Connectivity, integrated system, ERP. So we need a technology to implement full processing supply chain. All right. So you will learn about e-sourcing, e-purchasing, and e-payment here. E-payment, we will learn about all these things. So first point, they are discussing here about the relationship with the supplier. How good the relationship we have with the supplier is important to discuss here. How good our relationship with the supplier. We have discussed this. I told you earlier also that what do we want from, what is our expectation from the supplier? What we expect from the supplier? Our expectation is that supplier should provide us good quality product. First, I need quality product, right quantity, whatever the quantity I have desired, I need the product in right quantity. Then what it is good if it will be innovative product at the right price, right cost is important. Reliability, whenever I'm demanding, supplier should supply the raw material. Agility, right? Speed is important. We have discussed now, your business will be successful, full processing will be successful when the information will flow and the material will flow quickly. So speed or agility is important, right? What is mentioned here? Agility. So agility means speed is important here, right? So when you are ordering the raw material to the supplier should supply the raw material immediately, right? So what is important here? The speed is important. The speed with which he is supplying the material is important for us. All right. The speed with which he is supplying the raw material is important for us. Is there any doubt? If you have doubt, please write in comment. All right. If you have doubt, write in comment. Speed is important. Agility is important. All right. Next is supplier strategy. What type of strategy we should make with the supplier? What type of strategy is required with the supplier? Okay. So first you will see, for example, my business is in India. Okay. And head office is in Hyderabad. Head office is in Hyderabad. Okay. So business is in India. Head office is in Hyderabad. And locally, we sell our product in Jaipur. Locally, we sell our product in Delhi. Locally, we sell our product in Gujarat, Ahmedabad. Locally, we sell our product in Kerala. Locally, we sell our product in Orissa. So this is how we are selling our product. Now the point is that what is mentioned here, देखो, two type of model exist. First, in Hyderabad, buy all raw material. Okay. So head office will purchase all the raw material. Then the head office will supply the raw material to Gujarat, to Jaipur, to Delhi, to Odisha, to Kanpur. Then production will happen here. Okay. Final good will be produced here, and the final good will be sold in Gujarat. Production will happen here, and the final good will sell here. Then production will happen in Delhi. The final good will be sold here. Production will happen in Orissa, and the final goods will be sold here. Production will happen here, and the final goods will be sold here. So this is what a kind of business model. But if you will see, this is actually a wrong model. We should not produce the goods in this way. So instead of buying the raw material at the head office, this is the worst business model, not a good business model. What should we do? Buy the raw material locally. So if you have a production in Gujarat, buy the raw material from Gujarat. Produce the final goods, sell it in Gujarat. If you want to produce the goods in Jaipur, buy the raw material in Jaipur, right? Produce the final goods, sell it in Jaipur. If you have business in Delhi, buy the raw material in Delhi, produce the final goods, sell it in Delhi. If you have business in Orissa, buy the raw material in Orissa, produce the final good and sell it in Orissa. If you have a business in Kerala, buy the raw material in Kerala, sell the final good in Kerala. Point is that buy the localized product. Why? Because you will save here the transportation cost. Unnecessary movement of raw material is a waste, is a non-valuated activity. We should avoid it. See, we have started learning lean management. We have already started learning lean management. It's a part of lean management. What is mentioned here? Unnecessary. We should not move the raw material unnecessary. Okay. To avoid it, what? Localization. Buy the raw material locally, right? Availability of the resources. Check the resources. If it is locally available, better purchase locally. Do not buy it from, do not get it from the head office. All right. Next, supplier businesses. Acha. Ab dekho, supplier will be in dominating position, and you have to agree with the supplier when what? Supplier have a large business and your own business is a small business, then the supplier will be in dominating position. We have learned this in Potter's 5 forces model. All right. So what is mentioned here? Strategies. Strategy is likely to take into account of matters. So what strategy we have to consider? We should consider here. Right. Okay. See what is written here. Choose the supplier from different part of the world. So if, like we have just discussed, if you have, your business in different place in India, right? Hyderabad was my head office. Hyderabad was a head office, and you have business at different places in India. What is mentioned here? Buy the raw material. Buy the raw material from the different supplier. Do not buy the raw material from the same supplier, then unnecessary you are moving the material. Don't do that. Okay, buy the raw material locally from different suppliers. That is mentioned here. And sometimes they will see, if you will read your if you will read your material now, you will find actually they have given you 2 opinions. Somewhere, like in last session, we have learned that if you want to avoid variation. In last session, it was mentioned, buy the raw material from only one supplier. Okay. So in total quality management, we have learned about it, that when you want to buy the raw material, buy it from one supplier, right? But if you will see here, what is mentioned, buy the raw material, choose different supplier, right? Do not, like somewhere it is also written, do not depend on one supplier. See, though when you purchase the goods from one supplier, only one supplier, when you purchase entire good, you will get bulk discount. This one supplier will offer you bulk discount, and also it will help you to avoid any avoid any variation, because one supplier will obviously, he will give you the same type of raw material. So this will help you to avoid any variation. So this is good. But what is more better? Instead of this, they have given you one more opinion. I mean, both is correct in some way. So second opinion, they are saying, do not depend on one supplier. Do not depend on one supplier. Right? So it is written, if you will depend on one supplier, what will happen? Risk of failure of delivery may happen. You know, when you are only dependent on one person, what will happen? The risk of delivery failure, right? Maybe he will fail to deliver the product. This may happen. Now the question comes, if this may happen, how to avoid it? Because the point is that this one is better, right? It is not good to depend on multiple suppliers. How to avoid it? Delivery failure. How to avoid it? Make good relationship with the supplier. And if you will see in just-in-time system, we always keep one person, one engineer will always sit in premises of supplier. Always. His duty is to sit in suppliers premises and to check the raw material, it is available or not, to check their quality, to check the quantity. So it all started with suppliers premises. You will learn more about it in just-in-time system. When we will discuss about the just-in-time system, you will learn more about it. Okay, we will learn it more. Okay. Maybe you are not able to relate it much, but don't worry, I'll relate again in case of just-in-time system. Ab dekho, what else is required here? So the point is that I hope it is clear. Multiple supplier is not good because that create variation in the final goods. And you buy the raw material from one supplier, you will get a discount also. But chances of what? Delivery risk failure, right? So there is a risk that delivery may fail. So to avoid it, what is the option you have? You can avoid it by building relationship. Make good relationship with the supplier, right? You will see it is very useful in case of just-in-time system. Okay, next, supply chain management. By the way, here we are learning only about the supply chain management, but yes, we will use the supply chain management, full processing supply chain management in just-in-time system also. We will use it in just-in-time system. All right. The next one is what? Cost, quality, speed of delivery. We have learned speed of delivery is very important, right? We are working everything integrated. Everything is integrated. So your customer demand, your production department, your supplier, right? So marketing department, every department is all integrated with each other. Information are quickly flowing, real-time information is available like this. And we have to speed up everything, right? Because delivery speed, see, we are not just focusing on giving good product to the customer. Delivery speed is also important. So whenever the customer demands, fulfill the demand immediately, right? Immediately. So focus on cost, focus on quality, and focus on speed of delivery also, right? So speed with which you will get the raw material from the supplier is also very important. All right. Okay. Next is what? Make versus buy versus outstanding. Sometimes we have to make such decisions also, that whether we want to produce the goods in-house or we will outsource it. Okay. So raw material, we will see whether we can purchase the material from the supplier or we can produce the goods itself in the factory. Make or buy decision sometimes we take. So we make all these decisions related to suppliers. We make all these decisions related to supplier. Okay, so this is what, if you have good relationship with the supplier, it is easy to manage all these things, right? One supplier, make good relationship with them. He will provide you the best quality product, right quantity, less cost, speed of delivery. Good relationship will help you, all these things, right? You can make a decision, make or buy, whether you want to buy it from the supplier or not. Good relationship will help you. So making good relationship with the supplier will help you to make all these strategies for the business. Now let's learn the next point. Next point is related to what? Technology. So we have just discussed, if you want to speed up everything, If you want to put pull processing, we have learned pull processing is very good for the business. If you want to implement pull processing in your business, you need to connect your business very well. So we have learned we need ERP to integrate all our business, production department, purchase department, customer, supplier, demand management, everything should be well connected. How it is possible? By using ERP, SAP, so by using these technology, by using the software. You can see, like, if you will see, I just love Domino's application, how easily you can purchase the products, right? Their delivery speed is also very good. So the point is that how well you have connected your entire business using the technology and softwares. So here now they are discussing that in supply chain, technology is also very important, use of technology, right? So the first point is e-sourcing. We will discuss this. What is it? We will discuss about the e-purchasing, and then we will discuss about the e-payment. All right. Okay. So first point is e-sourcing. What is it? E-sourcing. So for example, let me show you an example of e-sourcing. So e-sourcing means, for example, supplier want to sell the product, and there are multiple customers who wants to buy their product. So actually you must have heard about bidding. I don't know how much you know about bidding or not. So bidding. Okay. So what will happen? It's a bid where these supplier, you can get the quotation from the supplier at what price they can supply the goods to you. Okay. And it's actually a closed bid. You don't, these suppliers don't know that what other supplier are quoting, right? So for example, A has quoted that, see, I will supply this material at 3 rupees to you, $3 to you. The second one, the second supplier is saying that I will supply you the product at 2.9. The third supplier is saying I will provide the product at 3.1. Right? D is saying I'll supply the product at 3.5. So bidding means you will open the contract for the supplier and you will get the quotation from the supplier at what price they can supply the material to you. All right. At what price you can get the material from them. So e-sourcing is what? It is electronic invitation to a tender. So this is a tender, right? Electronic invitation to tender and request them to submit their quotation. So these suppliers are actually submitting their quotations that 1 unit we can supply it at this rate. 1 unit we can supply at this rate. So this is their quotation. Now, accordingly, what will happen? This buyer will decide who is supplying the best quality product at the least price. He will select them. Okay. He will select the one who is supplying the best quality product at the least price. He will select them. So this will be what? E-sourcing. This is known as e-sourcing. So this is the best possible way to find out the best supplier among them. He can find the best supplier with the help of this. And it is reducing the cost, it is reducing the time, it is reducing the efforts on selection of supplier. You can imagine, see, the point is that it is so difficult. As a person, if you will ask me, go and buy some product, I find it so difficult, right? So like, if I want to go in market, obviously it will take my 4 or 5 hours. Right, time is so precious. So if you will go to market, you will do the market research, you will see different supplier, you will observe their product, the quality of the product, you will compare the product, the price and everything, right? Actually, when we do all these things physically in the market, it is very time consuming and it increases the cost. And we have other way like e-sourcing. These days, internet have created a revolution, right? E-sourcing can help you. You can see the supplier feedback on internet, right? Different supplier have their feedback from different customers. So if you can first see the feedback, with the help of feedback, it is so easy to identify which supplier provides the best quality product at the right quantity right cost, everything. So this is how e-sourcing can help the customers. Accordingly, you can select the best supplier here, e-sourcing. Then e-purchasing means you are buying the product electronically through internet. You are not going there physically to buy the product, right? E-purchasing means you are buying the product electronically. And then e-payment means you're paying the money, not physically, but again, electronically through debit card, through credit card or UPI or any other electronic way. You are making the payment electronically, right? So see, if you will see again, they are using the same word again and again. It lowered the cost, it saved the time, quick order processing. So you can see these are the benefit, because we do not have time. Time is money actually. Time is a very valuable resources. If you save the time, you will save the money, you will save the cost. So you can see they have just speed up everything, selecting the supplier, right? Buying the material from the supplier, making the payment to the supplier. If you will see, technology have speed up all these process. Technology have speed up all these process. All right. Now, if you have any question in your mind, please ask in comment. All right. If you have any question. Achha, one more point I want to explain you here. If you will see, this line is given, organization are shifting from centralized purchasing to decentralized purchasing. What is the meaning of centralized purchasing and decentralized purchasing? Centralized purchasing and decentralized purchasing. Centralized means, for example, Hyderabad. I have my head office in Hyderabad. So centralized means in Hyderabad, we will buy all the raw material. Then this raw material will go to Delhi. This raw material will go to Jaipur. This raw material will reach to Calcutta, and it will reach to Bengaluru. It will reach to other places. The raw material will reach there. Production will happen. Final good will be produced and it will be sold. Unnecessary movement of inventory you can see here. This is a centralized system. Decentralized means you have office branch in Delhi. You have a branch in Calcutta. You have a branch in Jaipur, a branch in Kerala, a branch in Bengaluru. Okay? And head office is in Hyderabad. Now what is happening? Raw material is purchased locally in Delhi. Produce the final good, sell the final good. Same in Jaipur, Kolkata, everywhere. This is decentralization. Decentralization means you're buying the raw material locally, producing the goods, selling the final goods locally. Everything is happening locally, right? So nothing is moving from head office to the local places. This will save the cost, efforts, money, everything, right? It saved the resources, and this is the best way. So you can see e-purchasing. When we are purchasing the goods electronically, it is so easy to evaluate the supplier of every area and buy the product, right? So this will help to shift the organization from a centralized purchasing to decentralized purchasing. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. If you have doubt, please ask your doubt. Yes, any doubt? Do you have any doubt? Okay. After this, we have the next topic, which is known as downstream supply chain management, right? We have done upstream supply chain management means a relationship with the supplier. We have done, right? Now we are learning downstream supply chain management means downstream means customer. Upstream means supplier. So here we will see how we manage the supply chain with the customers. All right, so you can see what do we have? Relationship marketing, we have customer relationship management, use of IT, brand strategy, 6 market model, right? Customer account profitability and customer lifetime value. We have all these things here in downstream. So if you will see here, first we have relationship marketing. Now, see, this is something we have already discussed, that relationship is important for the business. If you have good relationship with all the stakeholder in the business, it is so easy to grow your business. So if you will see, we have learned all these points here. Relationship is important. Now, what type of relationship here? They have customer market, referral market, supplier market, internal market, recruitment market, influencer market, right? For your business, you have to make relationship with all of them. Okay. Let's learn them one by one. Okay. What is it? I'll give you the example. So the first, they have considered internal market. Now, what does internal market means? It is something within the organization. It is something within the organization. So organization have what? Employees in the organization, staff and employees. So good relationship with them. Good relationship with the employee will come here, internal market, right? Make good relationship with the employee. Next, referral market. So referral market will be considered when you want your customer to refer your product or services. Because see, the point is that if you will tell them, if I'll tell my customer my product is very good, my services is very good, it will create less reliability. Instead, when my customer is saying buy that product is very good. Even when you purchase the product online, you see the feedback of other customer. So the point is that you can imagine how important it is if someone refer you that, see, I have used this product, this product is very good. I have used the services is very good. It increases the reliability of the product and services as compared to product and services. When we advertise our product is very good, our services is very good, that create a less impact, right? So even we have learned this, if you want to create a brand, impress the customer. When customer talk about you, that creates the brand. That will create the brand when customer actually talks about your brand. So here we are focusing on referral marketing. It is also known as word of mouth. When your business is spreading because of word of mouth, people are talking, customer are talking about your business, right? When the customer are talking about your business, it will come under referral marketing. They refer each other. That will come here. All right. Next is influence marketing. So in case of influence marketing, you can see we use the influencer to market our product. Okay. So if you will see some famous Insta or YouTuber, Instagram or YouTuber. So these days, if you will observe that the people are using them as an influencer, right? YouTube influencer like Dr. Vivek Bindra, right? Or Sandeep Maheshwari. Or like Amog Leela Prabhuji. So they are all, YouTuber influencer. They are actually influencing the life of the people, right? And the brand is actually using them, right? These brands are actually using them to advertise their product. So if you will see here, I have taken this example of Amul company. They always make such beautiful, excellent, advertisement strategies. So here they are using Amitabh Bachchan ji. Okay. This image I have taken during COVID. It's not a recent image. If you want, I can show you some recent image also. So this I have taken during COVID. What happened? You know that Amitabh Bachchan ji, he was suffered from COVID. So on him, when he recovered from COVID, Amul company, they advertised it in this way. AB means Amitabh Bachchan beats C, means Amitabh Bachchan beats Corona, right? In this way, Amul have done their marketing strategy. And let me show you how beautifully they market their product. If you will search on internet, you will find their beautiful marketing strategy using the influencer. So you can see Amitabh Bachchan ji is an influencer, right? He influenced, right? Amul advertisement. Actually, Amul advertisement marketing strategy is very good. They always use the current scenarios and they consider the current scenario to advertise their product. Like if this is the time of exam, right? So because they are using the examination and they're using the examination to advertise their product, right? And surgical strike. During the war, they have used this, right? During vaccination, they have prepared this advertisement. They have excellent, advertisement strategies, marketing strategies. All right. So these are the examples I have taken here. Okay. So influence marketing means where we are using the influencer to market the product, right? It will all come under downstream management, right? Next is recruitment market. Now, recruitment market, we have just discussed. We need good employee in the company, right? We need what internal market means, employee, skilled employee in the company. So similarly, if you will see recruitment market, how will you get the good employee in the company? How will you get the skilled employee in the company? By recruitment, by finding them, right? On internet, like Naukri.com or many other job portals, right? You can find the skilled person, LinkedIn, right? So you can find the skilled person from here. All right. So this will come under what? This will come under recruitment markets. Next is supplier market. Okay. Supplier market means you will find the best supplier for your business who can supply the best quality of the raw material and the right quantity and everything, right, will come here. Customer market, you'll find the best customer for your business. So here relationship marketing is covering all these points, right? Relationship marketing, we will consider all these points for the business, right? You can see these points. Customer market, you will see the customer. Then referral market, supplier market, we have seen. Internal markets, like employee is the internal market. Recruitment market, obviously you will see the job portals. Sometime you must build a good relationship with the good universities, because some universities really hire very good candidates, right? So like, Delhi College of Engineering, IIT, these are very good these are very good university, and from there, big companies, they hire, like CA, right? In CA also, every year we have 2 or 3 times open campus selections, right? So here, big organization, they come and hire the candidate. So making the good relationship with these organizations is also important, because the company will get the skilled people, the good people, from these organizations. So make good relationship with the universities and job portals also, right? Because you will get the skilled employee from here only, and skilled employee will help you to give good services to the customer. So this is also important. All right. Next is what? Next is customer relationship management. We are repeating the same thing if you will see here. Customer relationship management. So always remember, one happy customer will bring you more customer. We have learned it from the beginning. Try to keep the customer happy. Wish them their birthday, wish them their anniversary. Just don't focus on selling the product. Make them feel special, right? Why? Because customer is king. The market is now buyer market. Number of customers less in the market. Focus on them. So you can see one happy customer will bring more customers. So we should focus on customer relationship management, right? So you can see they have used all these things in customer relationship management. Database, maintain the data of the customer. Customer data is an intangible asset for the company. है ना? अब data का मतलब you have the birthday detail, you have the name of the customer, and you use it to wish their birthday, anniversary. So this help in maintaining the good relationship with the customer. Okay? Communicate with them, offer them discounts, care for them. If they have any complaint, address it, try to resolve it. So in this way, customer care, you can develop the customer care, document whatever you have, acquire new customer and retain the existing customers. So if you will get the opportunity, acquire new customer, and if you have the customer, try to retain them in the business. All right. Okay. Now we have some more point about the customer, how we can maintain the customer relationship management. We have these points, right? I have taken a question also, but let me see how much we can cover today. Okay. So in case of maintaining or creating good relationship with the customer, first we have to understand what the customer want, right? You will see customer want what? Speedy delivery, like Domino's give the speedy delivery, right? Or more options, customer wants more category or more options, or customer want you to understand them, or customer want confidentiality, or customer want positive surprises, satisfaction, or customer want reliability, or customer want consistency, or customer just want value for money. What is the need of the customer? What does the customer expect from your product? First, understand that, right? Right? Understand their psychological need, right? Understand their safety need, social need, status or ego needs, right? And accordingly fulfill their needs, right? Fulfill their needs. Okay. Next is customer account profitability. Now, see, generally what happened in case of company, customer, they maintain the data of the customer, right? They maintain data of the customer. So they have the data of every customer. Now, what will happen? They will create a category of the customer. The most least profitable customer. Most profitable customer. Profitable customer. Profitable. Normal customer. Least profitable and not to focus. Matlab, some customer is just headache for your business. Avoid them. Okay, avoid them. Remove them from the business. Headache. Avoid them in your business. So create the category of the customer, right? Then analyze how much they are profitable, right? So how do we have created this category? I have seen, oh, these are the customer who have purchased the goods from my business of 50 lakh or more. These are the customer to whom I have sell my goods 10 lakh or more. These are the customer who have not even purchased 100 rupees product from us. These are the customer who have purchased during entire year, they have purchased 1000 of product, right? These are the customer, those who have purchased 5000 of the product. So accordingly, you have created the category. You will find how much profit you are deriving from here, these customer, how much profit you are deriving from here, these type of customer, how much profit you are deriving here from these type of customer. Generally, what happened, this is the business strategy. If there are some customer who are very complaining in nature, right? This is actually a psychology of some person, some people, right? So there are some kind of people, those who are very complaining in nature. They have complained for everything. They are not happy with anything, and they have this nature, right? They want to complain for everything. If you are facing such customer in your business, they are coming and they are complaining for no reason, avoid them, remove them from the business, just remove them, right? Second, if you have a least profitable customer, they are not profitable, but they are still desirable in the business, and try to convert them into normal or a profitable customer, right? Give them good discounts, offer more good, services, so that you can convert them into profitable customer. Okay. So there is a question of Kaushik. I didn't understand how the number of buyers are less in the market. Allow me, I'll cover it. Again, I'll explain you. Okay. So in this way, we will create category of the customer, right? And you will find such category have been created by credit card company. You must have observed that this type of category have been created by credit card company. They create this category: platinum customer, gold customer, silver, diamond customer. So in this way, they created the category, right? Platinum customer, gold customer, iron customer, lead customer, and platinum customer are the most profitable customer for them, right? They are the most profitable customer for them. Gold customer after that, then iron customer after that, and lead customer after that, right? So what will happen? So we should focus here more, focus on the platinum customer. Lead customer, avoid them, remove them from your business. They are complaining customers, unnecessary complaining customer. Iron customer means you have the option to convert them into gold customer or platinum customer. So focus on them to convert them into gold customer or platinum customer. So you can see platinum customer is the most profitable customer. Gold customer is a profitable customer. Iron customer is low profitable, but still desirable in the business. Lead customer is unprofitable, not at all desired in the business. Remove them from the business, right? So this is how the things happen. We always want to make good relationship with the platinum customer, then here, and we don't want any relationship with them. We just want to remove them from the business, right? Okay. So this example you can find in credit card company. One of the student, Kaushik, is asking, he don't know how the buyer have reduced. Okay, let me give you how. So see, this is something I've explained in first session, but if you want, I can explain it again. So if you will see seller market and buyer market. Okay. So earlier what happened, we have different market. Karol Bagh market, Meena Bazaar, right? We have different market, Kamla market, ठीक है, पालकी मार्केट, पालकी बाजार, so what happened, the customer, they have their own customer in this region, they have their own customer, and customer was not very mobile data and internet facilities. Then in that case we had such local markets. And in such local market, have you ever visited? Because I mean, since long back, I have never visited the market. I don't like going market, but yes, I remember when I was a child, when I was in college, when we go to market, it is so crowded. Karol Bagh market was so crowded. So I don't know the crowd about now. I don't know what type of crowd we have in Karol Bagh now. But actually this market was filled with crowd, filled with buyer, and they have enough customer in the market and they can easily sell the product in the market. Okay. And buyer was not much aware about the price and quality. So for that reason, the number of buyers were huge in this market. But now what happened these days, we are using internet technology, transportation is easy. Because of that, entire world or entire India, you can say, has now become one market. So one market is present where one market on internet. Okay. Like Amazon is one market. Like here, if you will see, Amazon is one market. So because of that, the buyer have so many options. Now for them, the buyer has decreased. Okay, decrease, right? As compared to, you can find the buyer here, the buyer has the buyer has decreased now. All right. As compared to here, because here, if you will see Amazon, the number of suppliers have increased. If you will see any website, you can see so many brands, so many local brands, so many sellers are there. While here only one person was dominating the market, only one supplier was dominating the market. Here in Amazon, you can see multiple suppliers are trying to sell their product. So for that reason, we are saying that in this market, the seller have increased. One market. Earlier we had so many different market. Now we have just one market, and here we have so many suppliers, so many suppliers. So comparatively, the buyer have decreased in this market. Is it clear? Kaushik, you asked this question. Write in comment. Your question is clear or not, Kaushik? Okay. Now let's see the next topic here. The next topic is what? Customer lifetime value. What is it? Customer lifetime value. So we will see here what benefit we will get from the customer over the life. Okay. So you will see customer lifetime. Let me explain it first. Customer lifetime value is the present value of net profit that we will derive from the customer over the entire lifetime. So over entire lifetime, what sale you will do to the customer. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I'll try to explain you again this one. So we have the customer. I have my business, Meena, Verma, and something. So for example, Akash is my customer. Akash is a customer for my business. For example, Akash is a customer for my business. And buy the product from me. I'm just assuming for next 20 years, he will buy my product. Okay. So in first year, what profit I'll get from him? First year. Second year, what profit I'll get from him? Third year, what profit I'll get from him? Fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh year, 8, 9, 10, 20, up to 20 year, what profit I'll get from him? What profit I'll get? What profit I'll get here? What profit I'll get here? What profit I'll get here? Then finding the present value of all these profit. Up to 20 year, finding the present value of all these profit is known as customer lifetime value. Okay, so profit over the entire year up to which the customer will be with you, it is just an assumption because we don't know for how long the customer will be with you, right? We don't know. So we will just assume for the time period for which the customer will be with us, right? We will find the present value of the profit up to that year. Now, during this lifetime, what will happen? You will acquire the customer, then you will retain the customer, then you will grow the customer. So these are the process for the customer. First, we acquire the customer for the business. How do we acquire the customer? By advertisement. And how do you want to acquire the customer? First, you will do the advertisement of the product. Through advertisement or marketing, you will acquire the customer. Then you will provide him good services or best product. When your product will be good, your services will be good, your entire value chain will be good, what will happen? You will manage to retain the customer. And what will happen when the customer will be happy? Customer will be happy with your business. He will refer your business to other people also. See, that business is very good, that brand is very good, their services is very good. So in this way, he will refer your business to other organization also. So word of mouth, we have learned this word of mouth. So this word of mouth will help your business to grow, right? So actually we have these steps here: customer selection, then customer acquisition, then customer retention, and then customer extension. So let's first try to understand customer selection. So customer selection means finding the right customer for your business, right? Not everyone will buy your product. If you are selling something, not everyone will buy your product, right? Like if you will see here, I have taken two images. Not everyone will like your product. Not everyone will like your product. So find the person who will like your product, right? Find the customer who will like your product, who will like your services, and sell your product to such customer, right? So you should always know who are we targeting? What type of customer you want to target? Who are we targeting? What is their value? And how do we reach them? Okay, if these are the customer, what value do they expect from the company, and how we will reach to these customer, right? This is the way you will identify the customer. You will select your customer, right? So first you have to understand who are we targeting, what is their expectation, what value they expect from the company, and how we will reach them, right? Will come under customer selection. Next is customer acquisition. When you know that, okay, these are my customer, next question comes that how will you acquire them? So how will you acquire? By telling them, see, this is our product. This product is very good. We provide the best services. We sell the best product. Our quality is very good. Taste is very good. All right. So what is happening? You are informing the customer, because initially the customer is uninformed. Usko pata hi nahi hai aap kya de rahe ho. Customer को कुछ पता नहीं, तो you will inform him. How? By advertisement. So you can see here, by advertisement we will acquire new customers. So acquisition is always related to acquiring the new customer. How can we acquire the new customer? By informing them about your product or services. So you will see, right? What will you observe? You will inform them either through traditional platform or through online platform. ठीक है? Traditionally मतलब advertise in television, radio, right? These type of advertisement, radio and television advertisement is a traditional way of advertisement, or online technique. So these days we are using Google, right? We are using YouTube channels for advertising the product, right? So you can see marketing the product through online personal relationship, online partnership, interactive advertisement, email, viral marketing through YouTube channels. So these are all online platform. These days, since people are using internet, you can use internet for advertising your product, right? So that will come under online techniques. Next will be your customer. After acquiring the new customer, you have to retain them, because see, most of your sale is not from the new customer. Most of your sale is from retaining the existing customer. If you manage to retain the existing customer, it will increase the sale, right? So retention of existing customer is important. Retaining the existing customer is important for the business, right? Customer retention is important, है ना? So retention मतलब जो आए, एक बार आए, बार बार आए, सबको लेकर आए. All right. So what is it? Customer retention means your new customer will, once he will buy your product, he likes your product so much, he likes your services so much that the new customer will again come to your business, right? To buy your product again, to use your services again, because he liked your product and services so much, right? And not just that, he will bring other customer, other people again. He will keep coming, buy again and again your product and services, because he liked your product and services so much. And then he will bring more customer for you, right? Because he likes your product so much that he will refer others. See, I use that product is very good, or the services is very good. So he will refer your product and services to other peoples also. So this will increase your sale and profitability, and this will all come under customer retention. So you can imagine acquiring a new customer is not that much important as much retaining the existing customer is important. If you manage to retain your customer by some percent, I don't remember exactly, like 20% or 30%, if you manage to retain your customer, your sale will increase by 60%. So actually the sale doesn't increase by acquiring the new customer. The sale increases if you manage to retain the existing customer. So for that reason, focus on providing the best product and best services to the existing customer. These existing customer will help you to grow your business. All right. Is it all clear? Are you understanding what I'm explaining? Because I know these are, different terms. And maybe these are the new things which you are learning here. Okay, next is what? Customer extension, how we can extend the customer. So you must have seen reselling, right? You must have seen cross-selling, and you must have seen upselling. What is it? What is the difference of reselling, cross-selling, upselling, ma'am? So reselling means sell your product same. If, for example, I'm selling 3 different products, 4 products I'm selling. Out of these 4 products, one of the product is very famous and customer like a lot. Second time, you will redesign the same product, which one is liked by the customer. You will increase more feature on it and you will sell the same product to the existing customer. Resell it, right? If out of many products, one of the product is very popular, resell it. Okay, that will come under resell. Now, cross-sell. If you have ever visited to any Pizza Hut, Domino's, no, not Domino's or Pizza Hut. If you have ever visited to a McDonald's or McDonald's and Burger King, so you must have seen. So if you will ask them, I want a pizza, I want a burger, I want a small size Coke, I want a French fries. In this way, if you order, I want a French fries, I want a burger, I want a Coca-Cola or a cold drink, right? If you ordered in this way, what will happen? They will immediately ask you, would you like to have a big size of this? Means instead of selling the small size of Coca-Cola or cold drink, instead of selling small size of French fries, they focus on selling the big size. So this will increase their sales. So you will observe, I have observed this many times, and what I believe you must have observed them. When you purchase your product, immediately they ask you this question: would you like to have large size of it, sir? Would you like to have medium size or large size of it? They immediately ask you. Actually, they don't want to sell small size. They actually want to sell medium or large size to you. So in this way, they are actually increasing the sale, right? This is a way of upselling. Customer actually wants this. And instead of selling this product to the customer, you are selling this product to the customer. And this is what upselling. Okay, now what is cross-selling? For example, I went to a burger outlet and I asked them, I need a veggie burger, right? I ordered a veggie burger. Then they will immediately ask you, ma'am, would you like to have a cold drink with this? Ma'am, would you like to have a French fries with this? So the point is that I have just ordered this, right? This was my order and this is what they are offering me. Would you like to purchase this? This is what cross-selling, right? So along with the existing product, they are trying to sell some more product to me. This is cross-selling. In both the way, the company is trying to increase their sale, right? So in this way, they can extend their customer, and in this way, they can increase their sale also, right? All right. Next is what? Use of information technology in downstream. So this is what we have already discussed, that we need technology, we need computer software everywhere in the business. We need ERP for real-time information. If you want real-time information in your business, we need technology, we need software, we need technology. Without that, it is not possible. Next is brand strategy. So if you will see Airtel and many other brand, right? How they created the brand. A very good line we have learned today. Brand is what they have: separate logo, specific color, specific design. Like you have seen Nike ka this design. So they have specific design, logo, color, right? And brand strategy is built with what? It is not by selling your product, right? You're selling by sale of your product. You do not create your brand by sale of your product. You create, or by impressing the customer. Instead, you create this brand when customer talk about your product with each other. When a product is so good that customer talk about your product with each other, word of mouth, right? So word of mouth helps to create the brand for the company. right? And brand means what? Just focus on, matlab, if, for example, let me give you an example. If I want to buy mineral water, I'll say, Bhaiya, ek Bisleri dena. So what? Bisleri has created that brand in our mind that instead of saying, I want to buy a water, mineral water, you will say Bisleri. Okay? So Bisleri has become synonym of water, right? Similarly, you can see many brands, they have created such a brand image in the mind of the customer that they have created the synonym. Like camera ka matlab Kodak tha, right? Like if you want to buy milkshake, if you want to buy a milkshake in Delhi, you will say, Bhaiya, ek Keventer dena. Keventer is a synonym of milkshake. So in this way, just try to create synonym. Matlab, just try to create the brand image in such a way that it will become synonym, right? So this is how the things happen. All right. That's it. Okay. I have a question also, but I think the question is long to cover in 8 minutes. So I've taken this question of customer lifetime value. Do you want me to take this question? If you will. Activa, very nice. Okay, so if you will see customer lifetime value, because see, this question is quite lengthy, not possible to cover it within the limited time, but let's try to see what this question talks about. So we have learned about the customer lifetime value. Now, what is customer lifetime value? Over the entire life of the customer, what revenue you will generate from the customer, what profit you will generate from the customer every year, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, and so on up to the years for which you will sell your product to the customer. You will see what profit you will derive from the business, right? What profit you will derive here. And finding the present value of these profits. Find the present value of these profit, right? Is customer lifetime value, CLV, right? So if you will see this question, let's do this question. Let's take an overview of this question. You can read this question. So what is happening here? Multi-cinema is a movie theater, is located in a town with many college and university. So there is one cinema house, multi-cinema. And around this, there are many colleges and universities. There are many colleges and university. Obviously, these colleges and university have the student, and students are interested in watching. What? They're interested in watching. They're interested in watching the movies. All right. Okay, they are interested in watching the movies and all. Okay, then what we have here, the town has substantial student population, and here they have huge population of student, most of whom are avid movie goer, and they like to watch movies. Business of multi-cinema has been slow in the recent year due to advent of streaming websites. So their business have slowed down, though they have enough student here. They have enough student here. They have student here, but their business is slowed down for a reason. Why their business is slowed down? Because of OTT platforms, right? Because of what? Streaming websites. So streaming websites means OTT platform, right? So because of OTT platform, their business have slowed down, right? These OTT platform, it shows the latest movies, latest popular movies. It shows the latest and popular movies. All right. Okay. However, management of this company, Multi Cinema, continue to feel students who still enjoy watching the movie on big screen. So you can see in OTT platform, you can watch the movie in your phone or in a tab, right? So which doesn't give the experience which you can get it from the picture hall. So the management believe that the student, if they will watch the movie on a big screen, that will create a different impact, right? It give along with the facilities and ambience that only a movie theater can offer, right? So the ambience which they will get here in picture hall, they cannot get it in OTT platform. They cannot get the same in OTT platform. So this is what mentioned here. Okay, next is what? Accordingly, they have framed a plan to attract the student by offering the discount on movie ticket. So to attract the student, they have given some offers to so that they can attract more student in their picture halls. So what else? The average time students spend at the college is 4 years. So it is mentioned that the student will spend here 4 years. So the life of the customer is given here. So we have learned that over the life, what profit you will derive from the customer, their present value is customer lifetime. Now, if you will see in this question, the life of the customer is given. The customer will remain here around this picture hall. He will remain here for 4 years. It is given 4 years. He will remain here for 4 years. He will remain here for 4 years, which is the average duration of any course. For a nominal one-time subscription fee. Now they are offering. What is the offer? One-time subscription. Multi Cinema plans to offer student discount on movie ticket for a period of 4 years. Since the student will remain here for 4 years, they have offered a discount for the 4 years. By attracting more footfall, okay, Multi Cinema target a cross-sell. Now we have just learned cross-sell. What is cross-sell? We have just learned about the cross-sell, if you remember. Cross-sell means not just selling the movie ticket. See, this is the example of cross-sell. I've just given you the example of cross-sell. So in case of cross-sell, we just don't sell the tickets. Along with tickets, we sell some other product also. So the company is actually following the same strategy here. They just don't want to sell the movie ticket to the student. They are trying to sell some more other product to the student. Okay. So it is given that instead of offering the instead of just offering the tickets, they are offering the foods and beverage and gift vouchers also. So this is cross-selling, right? It is an example of cross-selling here. They have given that the company is doing the cross-selling, right? Where is it mentioned? Cross-selling. It's not working. Give me 1 minute. So cross-selling of food and beverage and souvenir. So the company is selling tickets. Along with tickets, they are selling food. They're selling food and beverage, and they're selling souvenir. Okay. This is cross-selling. Okay. Then what is happening? This one-time initial expense, net one-time subscription fee collected would be 5,000 per student. So they are collecting revenue from 5,000 per student. This is the revenue they are collecting. One student, they are collecting $5,000. This is a subscription plan which the student can use for 4 years. What else is given here? The student is spending 2,000 in year 1 and 2 in movie ticket per year. So 2,000 in year 1, 2,000 in year 2, 1,500 in year 3, 1,500 in year 4. On food and beverage, they are spending 4,000 in year 1, 4,000 in year 2, 3,000 in year 3, 3,000 in year 4. Souvenir and accessories 22,550 in year 1, 22,50 in year 2, 750 in year 3, 750 in year 4. Right? So this is how they are collecting the revenue, right? So you can see the revenue they are collecting, whatever the revenue they are collecting, we will consider that revenue. Then we will find the present value. So you can see for 4 years, what revenue they are collecting. See, from the movie ticket for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, what revenue they are collecting, its present value. Okay, for food and beverage, what revenue they are collecting in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, right? What revenue they're collecting and their present value. And for souvenir and accessories also for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, what revenue they are collecting and its present value, right? This present value of all these revenue will be customer lifetime value. Right? So you can see here, they are actually calculating the present value, and initially they have collected the subscription money also. So you can see 5,000 is initial subscription money, and no present value is calculated here because in year 0 you have collected this money. So present value will be 1. You will multiply 1 here. So it will be 5,000. Again, it's a present value, but here you are multiplying it with 1. So in this way it is coming here. So this is how they have calculated the present value of the revenue they will collect over 4 years from selling 4 products. They are selling subscription, right? Then they are, first they are selling subscription. Then they are selling tickets. Then they are selling food and beverage. Then they are selling souvenir, right? So from the sale of these 4 products, you will see what revenue they are collecting and its present value, right? Sum of its present value will be customer life value. This is how we will solve it. All right. I hope it is all clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll be winding up the session. Okay. So there is no doubt. Shall I wind up the session now? Yes.